Hey there everybody, Professor Cloud here with our next episode of Professor Builds a Satisfactory. We have pretty much finished the rebuild of our iron facility. I've got one more assembler to put together specifically for rotors, and the efficiency of that iron facility will now be complete. Now, yes, we could absolutely swap out the Mark II for Mark III miners and then increase the amount of production that's coming out of there. The problem with that is there's no space. I have to take into account how I can build the facility so that it's clean looking, and really there's no way to expand without affecting other things. So that one will just say small. It'll store iron rods, it'll store iron plates, send them to dimensional depots. It'll create reinforced iron plates, it'll create rotors, it'll do some of the basic things. Now we need to start looking at some of the other facilities. However, we also have opened up a new milestone. We need to start taking a look at how to get to the new material and start setting up some production around that. We also have some things to do related to Phase 5. So let's go ahead and jump back in and start talking about all of that as I start thinking about where we go next with our efficiency. I think it's going to be steel production, but it might not. So let's go jump back in. And actually, as I was thinking, we also still have to go finish the aluminum production. I very much need aluminum casings, both for fused modular frames as well as for radio control units. That's what they're called. I could not think of their name. You saved my life. Time crystals. Okay, when did we get the time crystal thing? Diamonds. Where are diamonds coming from? Oh shit. I had no idea that you could take coal . Okay, so now here's an interesting question. Because it was 250 to 750 was the amount of power needed. Here we go. And we're running between 20, that's probably the high, 25, the lows, 44,000. So yeah, we've definitely got enough coverage. We could set up the particle accelerator over by the one coal vein that's currently not being used. And have that be our production for diamonds. And then turn diamonds directly into time crystals. However, we don't need that many. Okay. A lot of things going through my head at the moment that need to get done. And I'm now running around like a chicken with his head cut off because I can't think of where I want to go first. All right, let's finish the efficiency of iron. Wow, that is very, I gotta say, walking in this door, that is cool as hell looking. I don't know, that visual is something else. Okay. So right now, we have iron rods going into this particular storage unit. What we want to do... Oh, God, I have not done a very good job of this. What I'd like to do... I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this. I thought about this morning as I was getting ready. I want to see if I can put a lift... there. Okay, hold on just 1 second. How am I getting from this floor to the next floor? think I'm getting myself confused here. Okay, never mind. No, I'm not. This was left over from an original that's rotors. Okay. This then, yes. Excellent. This is probably, yes, that's screws. Okay. Wonder what that little thing is that's sticking up through the floor. Anyway, I'm probably going to have to move this. What I'm going to want is to take reinforced iron plates from there. Let me just put down an assembler. Because this is then going to be rotors. And we need, oh, we do need screws. We need 100 screws per minute. Plus iron rod. I could have sworn rotors were iron plates and screws. Or maybe that, no, that's reinforced iron plates. That was, okay, that's where I was getting confused. Alright, let me see how many iron rods we're producing here. Oh, and we've got this one here. Alright, so we've got three... Yeah, we've got 3 that are going into this storage unit, and then 3 that are going into this storage unit. So I'm going to want to do the same thing here, which is put another... Alright, I just realized, I don't know why I did that, now that I think about it. I think I'm going to want a Mark II. Okay. So there's that, and then I want to do the same thing here. So we're going to take out 120 per minute. Nope, I gotta lower it. Alright, that's not pretty, but... Okay, so we've got basically 240 per minute going up to the second floor. Now, do I have enough area? I do. And we've still got 2 smelters that aren't being used at the moment. Still not sure what I'm going to do with these yet. I haven't decided if I need extra iron plates or not. Why is there no light on this side? I forgot to put a light over here. Oh my lord. Now I don't remember where lights were. There we go. Let's put it like that. Yeah, cool. Alright, we have light. I would have liked to have done it a little bit more equal to that one, but I have a hole in the floor, so I can't, or ceiling, I can't do that. Alright, so we've got this particular one and this one over here. What I think we're going to need to do is set up screws and then send screws up to the next floor. So let's put down, let me put down one constructor because I don't remember what the ratio is for screws. It is 10 to 40. And I don't remember, I think I said I needed 100. Okay, so I do not need Mark IIs. I do not need Mark IIs. This is 100. Okay. I know what I can do now. I can actually do 2 sets of rotors. What I can do is take the iron rod that's back here in the corner, bring them up, split them between 2 different assemblers, take the screws from the middle, bring them up. I think that's what I said. No, that's not... No, that's not going to work. That's not completely going to work. That's not completely going to work. Crap, crap, crap. This is where the lift process is a little bit annoying. Because what I'd like to do is just go straight up. And I can't. I actually have to go up to a hole to the side and then transfer. I only need 10 per... I need... Okay, if I do... Okay, I've got it. I've got it. If I take 60 per minute of iron rods from this hole, I can do 6 constructors, each one producing 40 per minute of screws. That's 240. That's still more than I need, but we send that up into a storage unit up top. We merge it all together, put it all into a storage unit, and then we split out from the storage unit into 2 different assemblers. That's what we'll do. Okay, so I am going to put... I'm going to need to split this. Okay, hold on. Let's do it this way. Yeah, I'm going to do a Mark 1 down there. Let me drop down. I need to swap all of this. Let me do one of these at a time. So that's now Mark 1. This is the only problem with doing it here. I lose... Actually, you know what? That's fine. Okay, so this is 30 coming out here. I'm going to have to run it into another splitter. Alright, so if I put a splitter here, unfortunately this is going to be 15 per minute each. Well, actually, I could make this a little bit easier on myself and just do 4 of them. That's probably the easiest thing now that I sit here and think about it. Yeah. It'll produce the exact same amount. But we put a... Where did my power shards go? Oh, there they are. Yeah, so we get 15 to 60 per minute. And I still get the same 240. I just get it out of 2, or out of 4 instead of out of 6. Unfortunately, this doesn't help. I'm going to have to go to another splitter. So this split them into 30s, this split it into 15s. So what I'll do is... And then I'm going to put a merger here. Going to need to be a 4 out. Alright, and then I'll do 2 constructors here. Okay. I don't know why I was jumping there. That makes no sense whatsoever. Okay. Now I'm going to need a merger over here. Let's put it here. Come on. There we go. Okay. So then I can bring those 2 things together into one storage unit. 1 second. I just need to move all of this iron plate out of the way. Which includes what was in my inventory. Okay, so there's that. Now I have the space that I need. Alright, that's where the iron rods are going to come straight up. We're going to use the iron rods from the middle facility, or from the middle storage to go straight up. I'm just trying to figure out what the best place is to put. Maybe like that. And then this is going to be 120 out. Okay, so there's that. And then this I'm going to have to do via... something like this. Oh. Oh, no wonder. I put it on the wrong side. Okay, there we go. All right, so what we can do now is screws will come out of here, iron rods there. So I need 2 holes. One there. And this is going to be Mark 1. Perfect. Oh, shite. You know what? Let's do it this way. Okay, what did I say? I need 100 each. So I need a Mark 3 and then split it to send to the assemblers. Okay. 3. Now, can I do that? I can. Okay. That's it, ladies and gentlemen. We have it. Now I just need to get power to everything. All right. Oops, that's not what I wanted. Okay. This is beautiful. This is absolutely beautiful. Okay, let's go get this connected up. Now, the first thing is, this is iron rods. This is screws. So what I want to do now is I want to take this and probably place it like right here. Well, here, let's do... This is going to be Mark 3. And then we put the storage unit right in front. Like that. Okay, let's put a second assembler here. And we'll split. We'll send 120 there, 120 there, and then this needs to come off, and this is just a Mark 1. Alright, so this is going to be a Mark 2 to there. This is going to be... That's right, rotors are always down near the bottom for some reason. Okay. Good, got that. You know what? Let me get rid of some of these screws. Let me put the rest of them in here. Okay, and then I've also got iron rods. Get rid of those. Excellent. Okay. Alright, then what I'll do is I'll put a splitter here. That way, I don't have... The only one that's going to be a problem is that one. Like, why are there no... Alright, this is going to need to be a Mark 3. Beautiful. We got iron rods coming in. Bingo. Alright, so now, the only thing I need to do is set up a wall. And put in a outlet. And I think I should be able to do just a Mark 1. Okay, we now have rotors. So let me get rid of this and bring this down. So we need to merge these. I'll put the storage unit this way instead. I have no idea what's in that storage unit there. Excess smart plates. Thank you. Past self did a good job of bringing that together. Ah. There we go. Alright, and I have some excess rotors. Should have more than that. Actually, I need to keep some in my inventory. They tend to come in handy for certain buildings. Okay, that is it for making the first iron facility more efficient. We have 2 reinforced iron plate productions, one that's going directly into Dimensional Depot, and then one that's going here into storage. We then have 2 rotor facilities that are then going into storage. And, you know, this is just the beginning. This is actually using everything that's coming out of the 2. Actually, we're at a little excess because we only need 20 per minute in iron rods, and I'm getting 30 per minute at the split. So that's part of it. I really don't like that that's that close. I may actually move this splitter. But anyway, we're actually getting 30 off of this because it's being split in half and 60's coming up. So we have a little bit of excess iron rods. I mean, we could produce more screws if we wanted to, something along those lines. But that, guys, that's the only excess. That is the only excess right now. So here's what I want to do next. I want to take a quick look. I do now have the ability to finish this facility and completely wrap it up with sealing and the whole works. I don't need to worry about it right this second. We'll do that when we need to wait on something. So let's go ahead and drop down. What I want to do now is go over to the coal facility. And let's see, can I set up a particle accelerator? Where is the particle accelerator? There it is. I need some fused modular frames and some cooling systems. Okay, I'm going to have to make some trips. So give me a minute. Yeah, let me go make some trips to pick up some cooling systems. I want to set up the production of time crystals. We only need 50 for this milestone, but I can almost guarantee you we're going to need more. So I will see you on the other side of this. I'm going to go pick up some more cooling systems and then return back over to pick up some fused modular frames so that we can recreate the particle accelerator and get time crystals producing. And then we're going to see if we can find the new mineral that we need to find and go from there. Okay, I'm actually in the middle of picking up the cooling systems, and one of the things that I've been thinking about is how to handle a lot of excess. And one of the things that occurred to me is that I don't think I'm actually producing enough power from oil. So if we look at this particular spot, in order to produce plastic, I've been offloading the heavy oil residue as part of the plastic production into here to produce fuel. I'm producing 160 cubic meters of fuel. That oil power facility only takes 20. So I don't have, I could very easily be splitting this, is basically what I'm saying. So what I want to do here is I'm actually going to turn this, remove this, put in a buffer, and I'm going to put in 2 oil facilities. I wonder if I even have the stuff to do it. That's an even better question. Yes, I do have everything that I need. Okay, good. So let me first... Why is this so hard? So what I want to do here is... And then I'm going to... This shouldn't cause any kind of power problems. I want to put this into a buffer. Whoa, no, 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 no. Why is that? That was very wrong. There's what I want. Okay, so then this is going to be collecting fuel, which it is. And then I'm going to split from here and go to at least 2. I'm going to start with 2, but I think I can probably go to 4 fuel power generators. I mean, the surface is too uneven. There we go. Alright, so if we go from here... And then from here to there... And then I think what I'll do is I'll put a splitter here. Okay. Now I just need to connect this up. You know what? I may not actually need this buffer. Okay. I'm sorry. I might just need the splitter here. Oops. Not sure why that happened. Yeah, and then actually I could put one over here. Alright, so we go from here to here. Here to there. And then if I can do a third one, I can put a third one over here. And I don't have enough encased industrial beams to do that, but what I am going to need to do is probably do that. There we go. Yeah, and then as I said, I'm almost positive I can put a third one over there. And I can probably do this every place that I'm producing fuel and sending it into an oil power generator. So we'll take a look at this in a future episode, but I just wanted to talk through it because as I've been thinking about how to fix the aluminum problem, I've realized it's all based on how I've been viewing the storage of fuel. And that's been the issue. So I think I'm still in a situation where I've actually got too much excess, which is why these are cutting on and off. Yeah, that's exactly what's happening. Well, right now the pipes are still trying to fill up first, but they're getting there. In either case, all right. Let me go ahead and run back. Actually, before I do that even, I noticed that there is a significant backup of plastic. So I'm going to take some of this. Oh, I can't. Alright, I'll do that in another episode too. I want to make sure that more cooling systems are being produced, and right now they're not, also because of alumina excess. I did do some research to find out what an optimal alumina solution architecture would look like for aluminum casings in particular, and they use underpowered refineries to get there, and then double and triple, whereas I don't think you even need to go to that. I don't think you need to go that far. I think you can actually go to full power, but you have to handle the excess. So, for example, 4 refineries for bauxite will produce enough alumina solution for 5 refineries of aluminum scrap. Alright, one of the things I want to do is I want to stop here and see how many supercomputers we have. Alright, there's 200. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and grab 100 to take with me. We need 400 for this milestone. But at least that'll get it started. Sorry, I was trying to run from the flies. Yeah, so we'll drop off these supercomputers. And I picked up an excess of rubber because I know we're going to need it on the way to turbo motors. We're probably going to need it for other things over here too, and I've got a storage unit for it, and if nothing else, I can always build a second one. Because rubber, like aluminum casings, is used in very large quantities. Yeah, perfect. Okay. Alright, let's go drop off the supercomputers. Are there excess aluminum casings? There are. I'm going to take all of this. I know I need to create radio control units for something. I think it's for the conversion cube, but I also need to... Oh, I bet you I don't have any more heavy modular frames. Because this hasn't been produced, this hasn't been running. No, I do. Alright, let me take these two. Alright, so the first thing is, let's go grab fused modular frames. I am curious. Okay. God, that's got a long way to go. We need 200,000 copper powder in order to create the nuclear pasta. Oh, we actually are using both. But I'll bet you there's excess in that storage that we can use to create the diamonds. Alright, so let me offload this. And that, there we go. Okay, now let me put these heavy modular frames in here. Okay, perfect. Now let's see how many we have. 21. What do I need for... Oh, I need 4 more. Alright, I wonder if I can stay here long enough to wait for 4 more. I don't remember how long they take to produce. Alright, 1.5 per minute. Okay, I'm going to sit here and wait for the board that I need. I'll see you on the other side. Okay, so I have exactly what I need now. Let us go and set up time crystal production. Something new. Haven't done anything new in a while. Not since the nuclear pasta. We've got some space here that I could put a splitter... because this is full. This is a Mark II. Yeah, we absolutely have enough room to do this. So, I'm going to need... The question, though... I guess it really doesn't matter. I was getting ready to say, how do I want to manage this? Alright, let me... Where's my... There it is, my blow-ups. Alright, so if we put a splitter... Oh, for God's sakes. Very weird. I don't know why it's doing these curves. It's doing these weird curves. I don't know why. Okay, so this is going to produce diamonds. Oh, wow, it needs 600 per minute. Holy crap. Thankfully, we've got enough power overhead. It might have made more sense to do it off of that particular copper vein, because that's a... That's a pure, and I think this one's a normal. Or is this one an no, yeah. This one's normal and that one's pure. So it's already, this one's already underproducing. But we'll see how it goes. I am seeing some yellow, though, along here, and I'm not happy about that. Part of that, I think, is because of water, but... Well, it says 600 per minute, but it only takes 20 to produce the diamonds. Okay. So now I need a constructor, and I'm just going to do this on flat ground. I'm not going to worry about it. And this is going to be time crystals. Isn't it? Oh, hold on. A converter. Oh. Okay, what the hell is a converter? It's this thing. Which requires 100 to 400. So it's got variable. And I need I need 50 radio control units and another 10 fuse modular frames. Plus converted SAM, or reanimated SAM. Well, crap. Alright, well then, let me put in a storage unit here in the meantime. And I'll put the diamonds that are in here already that I have. Okay. So we'll do that for now. Alright, at least we have diamonds being created. And I've definitely got, you know, physical space that I can do this. Huh. Interesting. Interesting. Alright, so I'm going to need 10 more fused modular frames. They might actually be done. I might have those 10, but then I still need, what was it, 50 radio control units? Those I definitely don't have. Nine. Give me one more. In fact, I may have to grab some extra. Okay. Yeah, let me grab. Hold on a minute. 32 each, and I need 50, so I'm going to need another 50 computers. I've got the crystal oscillators at the moment, but 50 times 32 is 1,500, 1,600. I need 1,600 aluminum casings. There it is right there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Alright, I should be able to craft the necessary radio control units. Let me get back to the hub, put these in there, and kick that off, assuming there's computers in there. If there's not, I'll do that in between episodes. I'll go gather computers and make sure that that's running. I'll probably grab another 100 supercomputers as well. It might have actually made more sense. to split from here, but then I wouldn't have had I wouldn't have had physical space, so we'll leave it alone. I still have more oil power that I know I can generate as well, based on what we just did. I want to stop and pick up some encased industrial beams for my inventory. And then the last thing I want to do before we wrap up for this episode is... I have some excess. There it is. Yeah, this doesn't have the necessary computers. I need to go get some computers. That's what it is. So I'll do that in between episodes. I think we're empty here. So that we can get radio control units crafting. Alright, let's do a search for the new mineral. Except for I can't. It's not here. I thought that we had discovered it. Okay, let me... Sorry, sand fluctuators. There it is. Fixite trigon. Alright. Fixite ingot. Oh, that's right. It's SAM and iron. That's right. It's SAM and iron. For some reason I thought it was a new mineral, and then we went directly into, just like we did with iron. I thought it was like iron into iron ingots and iron ingots into the fixite trigon, but I thought it was a fixite mineral. That's my fault. So the SAM we're already producing, and I think there's actually another vein down there that we could produce more. But bringing that up to iron ingots is going to be the issue, simply because there's no iron vein near either one of those SAM veins. Alright, but there's an aluminum option and there is a Caterium option. Caterium might actually work because I have Caterium production. Where am I? This way. Yeah, so right there at that docking station, there is a Caterium vein. And if there's an iron vein nearby, or, sorry, I think that docking station is the closest one to the... No, it's really not. Well, okay, hold on. So I was bringing... Was I bringing quick wire, or was I bringing Caterium ingots up here to this docking station? quick wire. What if I switched it to Caterium ingots and then managed to run a belt from down there up to here to produce the fix-it ingot, and then switch to, and then immediately go into a fix-it trigon? That would work. That would work. I'd have to find some place to put all of this quick wire. Okay. There we go. Mm-hmm. That's copper sheeting. All right, let me put... Why is it doing these turns? There's why. My build mode was off. Alright, thankfully the offloading can happen without the truck working. Then what I can do is go over to the docking station, switch it from quick wire to ingots. The route won't change, then all I need to do is just power this up and we should be good. Then what I'll do is I'll change the output to a different direction. Alright, so that means that if we use the Caterium version, we need a converter. We need another converter. Oh, wow. And then I'm assuming, yeah, the trigon is just a simple constructor, but we need a converter. Holy crap. Which means we need 100 remote control units if we're going to have two. One for the time crystals and one for fix-it ingots. Now, none of this is going to be efficient, but at least we're getting these things set up. Yeah, we're going to have to start the next episode by really putting in as many oil generators as we can to increase our overhead. Because between the particle accelerator and two converters, all with the variable, I'll call it increased power requirements, starting low and going high, I don't want to have blown circuits again. Alright, so I'm going to wrap up the episode right here, letting the quick wire run. I'm going to make a quick trip to go grab... Nope, that's not what I want. I don't even know what's in that storage unit. Let me go check and see. Motors. Oh, I've got coal here. Alright, let me go drop that off. I'll go put that into the particle accelerator. And actually it'll give me an opportunity to look down from above and... Okay, good. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and wrap up the episode here. I'm going to do a couple of errands in between the episode. As always, I hope you've been enjoying the content. If you have, please make sure to hit that like, subscribe, and comment button. And hopefully I will see you in the next episode where we will work towards the Fix-It Trigon, time crystals, and more power. Then we can get back to our changing over to efficiencies. So hopefully I'll see you in the next episode. Talk to you soon.